You know, one thing I think that actually gets missed a lot of the time because of so much crazy shit going on in Florida is how diverse Florida actually is. Don't get it twisted. Florida crazy. I done seen some of the most ridiculousness in my life in Florida. Now, yes, part of that is because there's just more people to see it because, Florida also dope as fuck. Like if you in Wyoming talking about fuck Florida, like what you got? Florida got like a whole ass city that's an amusement park, dog. Like, you got some cows or some shit? One of the reasons that people know Florida crazy like that is people go to Florida. You feel me? Like, as crazy as motherfuckers be talking about Florida, like, fuck Florida, man. Florida, the craziest state, man. We just need to get rid of Florida. Its tourism has not dipped at all. Motherfuckers want to be in Florida so bad, they'll risk death. All them motherfuckers in the beaches and shit during the pandemic, those weren't motherfuckers from Florida. Those were people going to Florida from other places. Wyoming and shit. I don't know why I'm so mad at Wyoming right now. I ain't got no reason for that. But like I'm saying, when you need to go crazy, when you like, man, I'm about to go buck ass wild, you go to Florida. You know, you go to Florida. You don't go to Kansas, bro. And because of that, Florida become diverse as fuck. Like, it's Haitians, it's Cubans, it's Puerto Ricans, it's Italians, it's Germans, it's Jews, it's black people, white people. Some niggas be eating faces. Some motherfuckers be burning crosses. It's a mixed bag is what it is. It's rich people. It's a gang of fucking rich people. Like some of the most richest people in the fucking world. It's an island just for the rich. Like, you gotta own a boat just to get to the island. Oprah got a house there and shit. At the same time, it's some of the most poorest motherfuckers I've never seen in my entire life. Niggas eat roadkill and walk gators. The fuck? Texas is always voting like red. You know what I mean? Like, in California is always pretty much voting blue. You know what I mean? Why is it just colors? Colors. I do think that's kind of raggedy, how in the 90s and 80s, everybody was talking about, we need to stop this red and blue violence when it was black people, but now that it's white people doing the red and blue violence, it's fine and some shit. Low-key racist. That's low-key racist. Anyway, we're going to talk about that later. Man, that's fucked up. Really. Anyway, Florida flip-flops all the fucking time. Sometimes it vote red. Sometimes it vote blue. Sometimes it just fuck up their It's a gang of gay people down in Florida and shit. But then, like, it's also a lot of people who, whose name Cletus and some things. And once again, niggas be eating faces. So... But like, look, you gotta be proud because like also people from other countries are like, man, we gotta go see this shit. And they're never disappointed. They're never disappointed. A couple years ago, an alligator ate a kid. A motherfucking gator ate a child. Tell me why I wasn't immediately looking online to see if Disney park tickets dropped in price at all, to see if I can scoop. You know what's fucked up? They didn't. Not even a little bit. Might even went up a little bit. People still paid that shit. Like, think about it from a person from across the seas and shit. Think about it from a Chinese motherfucker's perspective. You've heard all the goddamn stories, okay? All right? You go into America for your first time. You taking your family. You want to have fun. But you can only go one place. You going to Florida. You going to the place where, yeah, you might die, you know what I'm saying? But also, you might see Mickey Mouse water ski. You feel me? Obviously, Florida's the best state in the South. Like that, that's not even close. Like, you can't say Mississippi or Alabama. No disrespect to Mississippians and Alabamians, but those two states are so behind that people don't even. It's not even fun to make fun of them anymore. Mississippi, Alabama, y'all need to legalize weed or something. Cause damn, North Carolina and South Carolina actually are fairly diverse in the cities, but you get out in that country, goddamn. Don't even get me started on Virginia, because what the fuck? Indiana, too. It's not in the South, but Indiana just has some top-tier racism. Missouri has a little bit, too, but Missouri is more just across the board stupid. No disrespect. I love Missouri. St. Louis is fun as fuck. But also, you could die at the airport. Kentucky and Tennessee are kind of like North and South Carolina, where it's actually really pretty cool in the cities, but the farther out you get, and understand, I'm not just talking about white people. I'm talking about everybody. Like, if you listen to an 80-year-old black woman from Kentucky talk, she don't like white people. Like, for real don't like white people. At the same time, you talk to a 90-year-old white dude from Tennessee, and he he doesn't even know he hates black people. Like he say shit that you don't even know how to, like, you don't even know what you're supposed to. I remember I went into a store when I was 12 or 13 years old, and there was a black gentleman there, and he wasn't robbing it. And I thought to myself, look at that. They're changing. Okay, Gramps, just go and watch some TV, dog. I think George is too busy being ratchet to really give a fuck about anything. New Orleans is a strange one. Louisiana got genuinely some of the best food in the world, like in the world. And I travel. I've eaten a lot of different types of foods in different types of places, but I've never had etouffee anywhere that comes even remotely close to the shit that you get in Louisiana. Like, the food doesn't even make sense. You know what I mean? And I'm talking like almost anywhere you go, whether it's somebody's house, fucking fire. And in the bigger cities, like, really, people are genuinely fucking friendly and like togetherly and shit. Louisiana got some of the most terrifying hoods that I've ever been in my entire goddamn life. Because it's crazy when a motherfucker come up to you with the gun just out in his hand, and then he start talking and you don't know what the fuck he's saying. Just end that shit with baby. And then you got Florida, man. You got Florida. Is it raggedy? Yeah. Is it terrifying that in the 80s and 90s there was a spree of home invasions, specifically when the homeowners were home, so they could take the kids and torture them and then tell the parents to give them all the money in the house and shit with less fight? Call the shit kick doors. Yeah, that's scary. Is it fucked up that on grad night my brother in his high school are no longer allowed at Disney World because on their grad night they jump Mickey? That's not cool. That's not cool. At the same time, I remember one time at Disney World, I saw this bomb-ass half Puerto Rican, half black chick whip her titties out. And then this thick-ass white girl grabbed her. And that was dope. That was really dope. And you just not gonna see that in Flagstaff. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm just saying, give Florida a little bit of respect. Because if the apocalypse is tomorrow, we partying tonight in Florida. On some white sandy beaches with mosquitoes the size of surf bugs. Pitbull on stage, Jay-Z in the crowd doing the Dougie, while Mariah, she getting her face ate on purpose by a nigga on some bath salts. God damn. Y'all remember when Jeremy Lin was like killing it? Let me rephrase. When he started killing it. He was pretty much killing it his whole career, really. Average something like 14 points a game or something like. And some people like, oh, 14 points? What's your average? Huh? What's your average? There was so many people who would be like, man, I'll ball Jeremy Lin up. Shut your ass up. I don't think people understand the chasm that exists between amateur and professional athletes. This is very evident in like basketball because so many people play. Like, I used to play pickup games with some Division II players. They don't miss in practice. Like, the bench players don't miss. They can just hit threes all day. Soccer, and yes, Brits, I said soccer. And I'm going to continue to say soccer because you know what? Y'all came up with the word soccer, not us, okay? Look it up. But soccer, the difference between like professional athletes and like amateur is insane. Baseball's pretty crazy. I think that like swimming and stuff like that is pretty crazy. In martial arts, it depends. In certain disciplines, the chasm between a black belt and a white belt is really significant, like Harangdo or Jiu-Jitsu. But then in other ones, the difference between the black belt and white belt isn't that big, but the difference between like a first degree and second degree black belt is huge. Porn, strangely enough, I don't think the chasm's actually that big. I digress. I think the chasm, and I really like that word, chasm. I think the chasm in football, though, is the biggest. I don't know why I was doing so much of this with my hand, by the way. Like, they don't even let high school players play in the NFL. They're like, nah, we gonna break all your shit. Like, I played in high school a little bit. I was trash. I ain't gonna lie. I had some Bobby Boucher energy. I was an angry player, but I was big. 212. I was benching 350, squatting 450 in these streets. And then I went to college and I played a little bit with some D2 players, some like dudes that didn't even get D1 scholarships. I remember this one time, this dude, he was like 6'5". He ran the 40 in like 4'7". Defensive end, because that's how they make them, 285. Tackle whiffs, I go to help. And I mean, I'm like, I know you bigger than me, but I ain't gonna be easy to run over, dog. My man picked me up and placed me out the way. Do you understand what I'm saying? He treated me like a 4-year-old trying to stop a robbery. Just, let me get you right over there, son. Now back to business. For that 2-second period, I was a whole bitch. Like an entire ass bitch, y'all. Like, why you gonna move me out the way like that? That's disrespect. That's when I started to realize that some motherfuckers is just built different. I know people joke about this all the time, but I'm telling you right now, there's no college team, I don't care if it's Alabama or whoever, that could even kind of compete with the worst NFL team. Not even kinda. Because in the NFL, for the most part, the third string center was like one of the best players on his college team. I did make a couple people cry while playing football and wrestling. Martial arts too. I'm not a good person.
Bacon's the only thing that tastes like bacon. Bacon's the only meat that we wrap around other meat to make it better. Humans don't taste like bacon. If humans tasted like bacon, it'd be so many more people with bites taken out of them. People would be just getting bit on the regular. You think that you could ride the subway without getting bit if humans tasted like bacon? I'm biting the shit out your ass. You know what I'm talking about? Also, women be nibbling on you and stuff like that. Your girl will like bite you for no reason. Why y'all do that, by the way? I don't got no problem with it. I kind of like it. Why do I like it? Anyway, all I'm saying is like, if you tasted like bacon, I'm sorry, Craig. Give me your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Humans don't taste like bacon. Humans taste like booty juice. That's what I think, personally. I think that humans taste like booty juice because there's no animal that eats us. Polar bears will only eat us as a last resort. That's crazy. Gators don't even chew us. They just swallow. They just swallow us whole. And when sharks do eat us, they swallow us. There ain't nobody that chews us. Why? Because we taste like ass juice, okay? Bacon is the only thing that tastes like bacon. You ever heard somebody say they don't like bacon? That's how good bacon is. Anytime you hear somebody say they don't like bacon, there's always follow-up questions. You know what I'm saying? You can't just not like bacon. You be like, hey man, you like bacon? They be like, nah man, I don't really like bacon. Word? So what is it? Is it a religious thing? Like, you know, can't mess with it? Nah man, it's, you know, oh okay. So like you vegetarian now, huh? Nah man, I'm not vegetarian. I eat meat. Word. So like just you don't eat pork. No man, I actually really like pork. Pork chops, ham hocks and stuff like that. But not bacon. Yeah man, I just don't like the taste of it. Okay, that's cool. Get the fuck out my house.